Say another 10 seconds, we are going live. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 148th webinar of ANMI. Today, we have this webinar in association with CDSL, and we are going to speak on the topic that is issues concerning basic services Demat account, that is BSDA. And I just want to tell that within a short period also today, we have got registrations. More than 120 people have registered within 24 hours. And this is one of the biggest webinars which have conducted till now. Okay, so today we have with us ANMI National President, Mr. Vinod, CA Vinod Kumar Goyal. I would like to just have a few words, though his profile is a long thing to be read off, but just highlight a few points of this to introduce him. Sir, CA Vinod Kumar, sir, is the National President of ANMI for the year 2024-25. He's been associated with ANMI for last 2 decades. That's a long period. He's also a member of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India and also holds a postgraduate diploma in alternative dispute resolution, international commercial and arbitrations from Nalsar University, Hyderabad, India. Vinod sir has a vast practical experience of over 45 years in the field of company, law and auditing of all types of taxation related matters. He is well conversant with regulatory framework in India as applicable to securities and share broking companies and companies engaged in non-banking financing activities, that is NBFC companies. He has authored several articles on taxation, company law, and capital markets, which have been published in various journals. Also has organized several seminars and conferences under the aegis of ANMI, CPAI, and HPLA. Good evening, sir, and welcome to the webinar for this evening. Today's evening, we have speakers from CDSL, Ms. Gulzar Thanawala, Senior Manager Operations CDSL, Mr. Rakesh Dalvi, Senior Manager Operations CDSL, Mr. Nilesh, Assistant Vice President Operations CDSL, Mr. Sachin Nayak, Vice President Operations CDSL. We welcome you all to this webinar, and I'm sure that whatever discussion is going to happen during this webinar is going to be beneficial to all our members listening to this. We also have for the evening Ms. Bhumika Makhija from VNS, who will be doing the moderation part. I request our National President, Mr. Vinod Kumar Goyal, to just give opening words to start with the webinar, sir. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Namaskar, everybody. Welcome, everybody, all the participants and the whole team of the CDSL. And I give my well wishes and badhai and shubhkamnaएं for the upcoming Diwali, Bhai Dooj, and these functions associated with Diwali in advance. So our today's agenda is that the BSDA has been made compulsorily by the SEBI, which is aimed at inclusive development of the people, so that the persons who can't afford the annual charges or the opening charges for the Demat account and but want to apply in IPO, AFS or otherwise, they can take advantage of this, as they don't have to incur any expenditure or even very nominal expenditure if some holding is there in the account. Now, DPs, our members, brokers are also holding DPs participants license, and they are mandated to open the BSDA. The circular is clear and we welcome it, but the problem arises on some issues which we have told to CDSL also by our NME's letter dated 9th of October 2024. The main issue arises that the clause number 22, I am reading the clause. It reads that the DP shall open the BSDA account for beneficial owners if such Demat account are eligible for BSDA as per para 2.1 of the circular. Now, unless such BO specifically provide their consent by way of email from the email ID registered with the DP to avail the facility of a regular Demat account. Now, sir, the DP will open the BSDA at the first instance, and if it is to be converted into the regular DP account, suppose the account holder BO subsequently acquires some share in DP or is allotted some share in the IPO and BFO, then the DP is required to obtain email ID from his registered email ID to convert the account into the regular account. So there lies some practical difficulties that we have also expressed in there, that the members should continue the current practice of taking eligible account as BSDA after the first year, which we were doing, and in alignment with the existing operational processes. That approach ensures that the clients are not burdened with unnecessary classification and continues to support SEBI's objective of financial inclusion and ease of investing. Now, another operational aspect is that the maintaining the consent of via email from the registered email ID with the DP for availing the facility of a regular Demat account. Members suggest depository also allow members to accept requests received from client to opt out of BSDA through online secured access by way of client specific user ID and password. Also, ANMI submit that in case beneficiary owners provide consent in physical or e-sign mode or accepting the tariff to avail regular Demat account, at the time of opening the account, we request you, board office, to consider said signature physical e-sign as valid and not insist for resending the consent by a separate email. Further, all the existing clients consent already recorded physically or e-sign or the tariff may please be considered as a valid to avoid ambiguity. So this is if these measures as submitted by us are adopted, it will not affect anybody's interest, neither the DP's interest or the BO interest or the regular depository account interest. Only this is only to ease the operations and to avoid unnecessary disputes later on among the DP who has opened the BSD account, and later on the due to the operational region this is converted into the regular DP account, and there are tariff being charged by the different participants differently, and the disputes will arise and unnecessary correspondence and this lodging of the claims on the CDSL or in the set will arise. To avoid those such eventualities, I think our proposal seems to be good enough without diluting any of the proposals of the SEBI or the BO. So this is my submission, and in this slide, I request these operational side people of particularly Rakesh Dalvi ji, Guljar Thanawala ji, Nilesh Shah ji, who are experts in the line, they can throw their point of view or any other means or ways in which the issues raised by us can be solved. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kumar sir, for this opening remarks. I request now Ms. Gulzar Thanawala, Senior Manager Operations CDSL, to take on with the presentation. Over to you, madam.
Good evening, everyone. This is Gulzar Thanawala from CDSL. Mr. Stephen, I would like to share. It's not happening. Screen to screen to. Okay. Hello, are you able to view my screen?
Yes, madam.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Very much, madam.
Okay. Okay, I think so. Everyone has gone through the circular, SEBI circular. So based on that only, we have prepared the presentations, and of course, your point of view, which have been submitted to us, on that also we would speak on it. Basically, the introduction of BSDA is that as per the latest circular, which is dated June 28, the parameters which was earlier bifurcated into debt securities and other than debt securities, that up to 2 lakhs and 4 lakhs, that has been merged into one single category, and it is up to 10 lakh rupees. Okay, and the smart registration which was earlier there, that also has been removed. So now the requirement is only that on the single PAN number, only one single account is allowed with the parameters of rupees 10 lakh rupees. And as advised by SEBI, the charges, if the portfolio value holding is up to 4 lakhs, the AMC charges will be nil, and above 4 lakhs, it will be 100 rupees. And if the value crosses 10 lakh rupees, it will be levied as per the regular charges. Here, they have also insisted that other than AMC, the other charges which the DPs were levying for BSD and non-BSDA were different. So here they have really insisted that the charges has to be at par and there has to be no difference in the charges. So I hope that all the DPs will be taking care of it for this point. And this is the same thing what privileges are given to a BSD account holder. It is continuing in the same manner. There is no change in this category. Now the concern comes over here. As per this latest circular, SEBI has very clearly informed that all new accounts with effect from 1st of September 2024 has to be opened with BSDA only. They have not given any option earlier which DP used to take the consent from the BO in the account opening form stating that they want to opt out. Here they have removed that clause and they say you have to mandatorily open with BSDA flag 1 and after account opening only. If the BO wants to have the regular account, they have to give their consent through email only. So this is a very remarkable point and very important point which has to be taken for each and every compliances. Now, whenever a DP is uploading the file, a bulk account opening, or he is doing one-to-one account opening in online, okay, the flag which he has to insert while account opening as a BSDA flag has to be Y. Only if there is a multiple account found within CDSL against that PAN number, the system will by default convert that Y into N and the response file will have a clear indication that multiple account associated with the same PAN in CDSL, hence BSDA flag is marked as N. Now, as the new account opening is coming, there remains no point of value of holdings because initially there will be no holdings in the account. So only the multiple account clause is taken into consideration while converting the flag from Y to N. But it is a mandate, all DPs have to open the account with BSDA flag yes. And post account opening only, they have to take the consent from the BO from the registered mail ID. Based on that, they can convert the flag from Y, that is BSDA flag Y, to BSDA flag O, that is opted out, which means never in coming days that PAN number will be coming in the eligible criteria, even though he is eligible because he has given the consent for opted out. I hope I'm clear on this. Any questions till now on this? Okay. The next is that DP also has to reassess the eligibility of all the existing BOs, that is account opened up to 31st August. This clause, the new parameters is effective from 1st of September, but here SEBI has again informed that DP has to reassess the eligibility of all the BOs for that is account open till 31st August with this recent parameters, and on that mandate they have given 2 months of time, that is by October 31st. they have to mandatorily convert all such eligible accounts into BSDA. Later on, if they don't want to have the BSD account, the BOs have to give the consent again from the registered mail ID to the DP, and based on that consent, the account can be go for opted out. And again, this exercise has to be carried out by the DPs at every end of every billing cycle. Now, to facilitate the BOs, the DPs, we are giving the valuation report. We are giving the uniqueness of the BSD account and whether that BSDA it is eligible or no. This is on the daily basis in the SIRA system. We are having this access to it. However, on the monthly basis, we are giving them different files. Just hold on, sorry, sir. Okay. We are giving files to all the DPs on monthly basis, wherein the multiple accounts across the depositories is worked upon, and we are sharing 4 files to the DPs, which are placed in their billing folder. The first one is the eligible accounts. So they are clear that these all accounts are eligible. Second is the multiple accounts, wherein if I'm having one account with CDSL, and then in subsequent months, if there is another account in that PAN with NSDL, that information also flows in this information. So they can again mark that BSDA flag no. And the third is the all accounts data. If a DP is having as many accounts, we are giving all this information against the BO IDs and the PAN number, stating what is the BSDA flag marked in CDAS. Against that, we have given the eligibility criteria, whether against that eligibility, whether it is yes or it is no, or they are having multiple accounts to ease out their work. But anyways, on the first file, the DP has to work on by converting into BSDA. And for this, we are continuously keeping all the DPs informed by way of communique for each and every new guidelines that has been given by SEBI. Okay, thank you. So, if there is any question, you can please let us know, and you can put it on the chat also so we can reply to it, sir.
Ma'am, is it okay if we take the questions at the end after all the presentations?
Sure.
Okay.
So I understand the points which was supposed to be shared with you all. The presentation is over from my end. So we can continue with the other points.
Rakesh, sir, you'll be giving the next presentation?
So this presentation is over.
Okay, so can we go to the questions directly now?
Yes, we can go for them.
Okay. I request Ms. Bhumika Makicha to just carry on with the questions.
Yeah, Stephen, can we post the questions on chat box so that they can also refer to the questions if we are not clear on something?
Yes, I'll do that. I'll post the first question from my end.
Sure. So the first question is, whom to contact for DP from the broker's side?
Sorry.
Whom do we contact for DP from the side of broker member? So basically, I assume this is from the side of members wherein they are not able to reach to the CDSL people, or are there any specific officials that we can reach to?
We are having a help desk team, RPS, DP RPS support. So, and the numbers are available on the website too. So that can be contactable. And in our communique also, we have mentioned the point of contact.
Okay. So I think we can move to the next question. The next one is it compulsory to issue 2 DIS slips in case BO does not require DIS slip at the time of account opening? For example, account opened in 1st April 2020 and now fall in BSDA as per the new SEBI guidelines.
If you see the circular issued by SEBI, they have whatever the changes are there, it has been mentioned over there, the new parameters, and then it states that other points remains the same, that remains unchanged. So then ideally that needs to be followed.
So, which means that we do not need to issue 2 DIS slips, correct?
No, it is there, no, ma'am. That same clause remains same, no? It does not change.
2.4C.
Yes. No, in the last point.
Correct. So they have mentioned that all other points.
All of the points, it's written over there, 2.4.C.
No, the question was, do we need to issue the second DIS slip or not?
Yes, because here all other conditions as applicable to regular Demat accounts other than the ones mentioned above shall continue to apply to basic service Demat account. So it continues to remain that.
So we are required to issue the second DIS slip.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The next one is, shall we require to take a fresh request by email from all existing clients who have already submitted physical declaration prior to implementation of the latest SEBI guidelines for converting the BSDA account to a regular account?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, the client is to submit the fresh email confirmation, even though if they have submitted the confirmation earlier as per the SEBI requirement. Again, the DP has to take the confirmation from the client
From the mail on the mail
on
ID.
the email through email. That is as per the point number 2.2 of CDSL.
Sure. So as you have already covered in the presentation, this is already answered now. The next one is whether to change all old client under BSDA as per the SEBI circular. So as far as I understand, this is also explained in your presentation and is very clear in the circular as well.
Yes.
Sure, I'll skip this question. The next one is, if we took one-time AMC from clients, still we have to convert them into BSDA if they are eligible?
Yes. Here, if you have taken one time also, irrespective of that. Now, there are many DPs who are giving free AMCs also. But here they are insisting that it has to be a BSDA account as per the parameters and as per the guidelines as the circular states on June 28.
Okay, so does that not mean that we are not following our own account opening terms and conditions, because we have promised the client that we'll charge AMC only one time?
Yeah, then you don't charge further, no? It's okay.
Okay, so circular provides the maximum and we can choose not to charge him.
Yes, now already, if the portfolio value is below 4 lakh, by default there is no AMC, right? Only the matter is above 4 lakhs and between 4 lakhs and 10 lakhs.
10 lakhs, yeah.
Okay, so then DP can choose whatever they feel better.
Okay. So the next question is, clients should be allowed to opt out through any mode. It should not be restricted to only registered email ID.
Yeah, that is actually the regulatory guidelines. So in this, we don't have any control from a depository part, as it is a regulatory compliance. So it states that you have to take email, so that has to be followed dedicatedly.
So from what I understand from the members' point of view is that can CDSL represent to SEBI or suggest to SEBI, or do we need to write to SEBI separately that it should not be the preferred mode of taking confirmation from client? Why? Because it is difficult for the client to, it is difficult for us to get the response on email. In fact, most of the clients do not read the emails.
So you all can take up the matter with SEBI directly on this matter.
Sure. The next one is, client should be allowed to opt out through any mode. Okay, this we have already covered.
Yeah, that's the same question.
Yeah, sure. Next one is, why client should not be given option to select BSDA or non-BSDA at the time of account opening. This will save time and efforts of both client and DP to convert BSDA to non-BSDA subsequently.
SEBI has their own reasons to have this as a mandatory. Earlier, there was an option given Okay, DP can open the account with BSDA, right? But now seeing some of the discrepancies or whatever it was, so they have their own guidelines. Because many of the DPs, if the forms are signed, the consent form is also along with it, and many of the BOs were not aware of the facility given against the BSDA. So due to that reason, they have made it a mandate thing. You have to open unless and until there is a confirmation from the BO to opt out of it.
Sure. So looks like we have to take this up with SEBI separately as well.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Okay. The next question is client selects opt-out option during the account opening process. Then do we need to take the confirmation or email? This is already covered in the earlier question.
No, that does not remain valid of taking the confirmation along with the account opening form.
Yeah, sure. Related to this, ma'am, it's not covered in the question Q&A, but just to clarify, if the client has like as we are necessarily required to open the account as BSDA, so in the account opening journey, the BSDA section has to be there. So since there is no input required from the client now, he cannot choose that he wants to be a BSDA or non-BSDA. So can we simply show this information on the client opening journey screen? And without taking any input like this, just be there as an information? Or can we remove that part from the journey?
I'm sorry, we did not get your question. You mean to say with the account opening form, you
Not
want to display?
Not account opening form. So in case if the client is opening the account online, there's a KYC journey. So during that KYC journey, this part has to be there. It was supposed to be there earlier because there was input required from client if they want to opt or do not opt for BSDA.
Yes.
Now,
So,
since
yeah.
there is no question of taking information
That
from
has to be,
client,
yes.
so can we
Right.
remove that part, or
Yes.
should it be there as an information?
Either we can mention that if eligible for BSDA within now only if it is eligible within CDSL. If they are not having multiple accounts, then it will be a BSDA.
Yeah, even if it is not a BSDA, we are not giving a choice to the client, right? So what is the use of keeping it in the account opening journey?
Okay, fine. No issues. You can continue. You can remove that from the information part.
From the account opening journey, we can remove the BSDA part, right? Okay. So the next question is, what is the value of BSDA eligibility? I think that is already covered in the presentation as well as in the circular. The next one is one of the client holding value is 11 lakhs in the month of August. He is not eligible for BSDA category. He sold 4 lakh worth of stocks in the month of September. In the case, what should the member do? So from what we understand, if the client has passed 10 lakhs of value during the tenure of the client relationship, anytime they won't be eligible for BSDA ever, right?
No, I got it. Just hold on.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes.
Can you just repeat the question?
Yeah, sure. So the question is, one of the client holding value is 11 lakhs in the month of August. He is not eligible for BSDA category. If the client sells 4 lakhs worth of stock in the month of September, in that case, would the client be now converted to BSDA, or what should member do in that case?
Basically, we provide the eligibility criteria list in the first week of every month based
Sir,
on the
I would
last
request
time
one of
of the.
you to please turn off your speakers as we can hear the echo.
Just madam.
Okay, I'll just take this question from Rakesh. Okay.
Sure, ma'am.
As you said, whether you let me know that account was marked as BSDA or it was not marked as BSDA.
So as per the BSDA category, the client is not eligible as he is holding the value.
I got that.
Yeah,
I
okay.
got that, but what is the present BSDA flag in the system, whether it is yes or it is no. Is that account a BSD account or a non-BSD account?
So I'll reframe the question for better understanding of all members. If at any point of time a client is a BSDA, non-BSDA client, can it
Okay.
be turned into a BSDA account subsequently if the value of holding comes down from
Yes.
10 lakh?
Yes, we are sending this monthly file for the eligible accounts. So the BO is the DP is getting the intimation that this PAN number with this BO is eligible for BSDA as per the portfolio value or as per there is a single account only. So there you get the clarity for it. So you can convert that into BSDA.
That has to be done review has to be done on every billing cycle. So on that basis, you can define if the example which you have given that in August client's value was 11 lakh and on September it has become 4 lakhs. So in that case, suppose monthly billing cycle is there, then yes, they have to convert it in BSD account. If it is a quarterly, half yearly or annual cycle, then they may act accordingly.
Okay, so if you read the circular, there's one line which says that which implies that if account has been treated as BSD, it cannot be turned into a sorry, opposite. If the client is a non-BSDA account, it cannot be turned into a BSDA account. Is that so? Is the understanding correct?
Which point are you referring to, ma'am? Because we don't see anywhere whereas they have said that cannot be.
Sure, ma'am. Give me a minute. Okay, so in the eligibility section, it says the value of securities held in the Demat account shall not exceed rupees 10 lakhs for debt and other than debt securities combined at any point of time. So what does that any point of time mean? If at any point of time, the value of security is more than 10 lakhs, that means once a client is converted to a BSD account, non-BSD account, it cannot be reversed to the BSDA status.
So,
Correct me
madam,
if we are wrong.
At any point of time will mean that between billing cycles.
But that is not written here, sir.
Yes, it is not written, but if you will check the point number 2.2b, last sentence, later this exercise shall be carried out by DPs at end of every billing cycle.
So that is to identify if any of the BSD account has turned into a non-BSD account. That is not for the vice versa.
No, it is
Because
for
then
both.
it would be very difficult for the member to monitor the BSD and non-BSD status on a monthly basis. So members charge clients on an annual basis. If month-on-month basis DPs will change the status, how do we decide when to charge the client and on what basis we are charging? For example, if a client is BSDA as on date and the due date for levy of AMC is today. So we are not charging him anything. He is holding less than 4 lakhs of value of securities. Later in the next month, if the client is turned into non-BSDA, the member would lose on the revenue there. I think this needs reconsideration, sir. And the fact that the eligibility itself says that any point of time the client should hold less than 10 lakhs of worth of securities, then it should not be applicable. On the practical front, it is very difficult for a member to change the status of client on a regular basis. And you are talking about the billing cycle, usually it is monthly. So on a monthly basis, we are required to change the status from BSDA to non-BSDA or the vice versa. So can we get some clarity here, sir? Hello, am I audible?
Hello. Hello, madam.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. So What we are saying is that it depends on the DP's billing cycle. If they have monthly billing cycle for AMCs, then yes, of course, they have to change on monthly basis. If they have a quarterly, half yearly or annual billing cycles, then they have to change at that point of time.
It actually does not depend on the members' billing cycle, sir. It depends on the DPs to provide the list on a monthly basis or on a periodic basis.
Correct. So from our end, for assisting DPs, we are providing a monthly list to all the DPs. Now, basis on their billing cycle, it depends when they have to use that our list or our data.
I would like to specify, sir, there is a difference in understanding between members and CDSL, it seems,
Okay.
because the point 2.1.c and the point 2.2.b are two different points, and our understanding was solely basis on the 2.1.c.
Basically, 2.1.c talks about the eligibility criteria,
Hmm.
wherein if the value does not exceed 10 lakhs, he will be eligible for BSDA. That is what it is talking about.
Yeah, it says
Okay.
at any point of time.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
So what shall we consider, sir?
See, ma'am, actually, here the 2.1.c states that it should not exceed, right? At any point of time. And then if you see 2.2.a, it says that any point of time, if such is exceeding, so not 2.2.a, 2.2.d, if the value of a holding in such BSDA exceeds the prescribed criteria, at any day the DP may levy charges as applicable to regular accounts from that day onwards. Now here, DP has the option either to convert that into non-BSDA with immediate effect, or it can wait for the billing cycle to convert this. So it depends on the DP कि उसको नो करना है कि नहीं करना है.
नहीं मैम,
But
कोई भी
at billing
member ऐसा
cycle,
करेगा नहीं. If any
तो
client
अगर
is
वो
not eligible, they will definitely convert it. But the question is, यहाँ पर वो question नहीं है. If the client was earlier eligible and later on the eligibility changes, वो point of view के लिए आप एक point consider कर सकते हो 2.2.b. But for BSDA status, आपको 2.1.c ही consider करना पड़ेगा ना. You cannot reverse the status of non-BSDA to BSDA.
just a minute, ma'am.
If we do not have a clarity on this point, we can take it up subsequently also. If you, whenever you are ready with the clarification, that is also fine, ma'am.
Okay, we will get back to you with this clarification.
Sure. The other question is, if new BSDA client gives DIS option letter for, okay, this was also covered.
For
Next one
that, you
is,
can have I think so, I had received this request via mail from one of the DP, and I had informed that it has to go to the audit inspection team, because as per the SEBI guidelines, you have to do this, okay? But if they have taken a waiver or whatsoever it is, because this will be observed by the audit inspection team while audit. So that point can be taken directly by the DP with the audit inspection team.
okay, sure. The next question is, for all clients, required list by exchange to proceed for BSDA.
Sorry?
I think this,
What?
this question is not clear, Stephen. I'm going to skip to the other question.
Yeah, not a
If
problem.
at any point of time, client is not eligible for BSDA, how do we charge AMC? If it is not eligible for BSDA, I think that will be regular AMC charge.
Regular charge.
Yeah. Okay. Next one is proportionate reversal of AMC due to movement of DP from BSDA to non-BSDA and vice versa is very difficult and not ease of business.
That to DP will
We
have to
discussed.
manage accordingly. Yeah.
No, actually we discussed. We are yet to get clarity from you on this point, right?
No, no, on the proportionate rate of AMC charges, there we have not said anything on it, ma'am. So that will be
Okay.
DP's decision, what they have to do.
Okay.
And if you refer the SEBI circular, they have mentioned that this is BSDA mainly they are promoting to boost the participation in security market and ease of doing investments. So for that only they are proposing this BSDA facilities for the investors.
So can we say if the AMC has already been levied, there will be no reversal on proportionate basis? Because as on the date of levy of the charge, if the client was eligible, not eligible, we'll apply regular AMC.
Ma'am, that is a decision from the DP's part only, what action they have to take,
Since
because of AMC part, not SEBI, nor depository have given any this.
Understood. So as explained, we can take our call on AMC point of view. There's no question of proportionate reversal or levying it at a different in a different scenario.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. The next one is current circular says client needs to send email from its registered email ID to convert its Demat account from BSDA to non-BSDA. Can client not provide such instruction in physical letter document? So as it is already explained in the circular, we have to mandatorily take it in email. Next one is, do we have to take email confirmation for existing BOs who have opted out? Is there any alternate? So this is also.
That also I will cover.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, they have to take opted out declaration from the client post 1st September 24.
Sure. If client give its consent in account opening form for opted out of BSD, then why it is required to take email from registered ID? Practically, it is lengthy process to receive email from all clients. Practically, it is not possible.
Yes, I agree with that, but then as per regulatory compliance, we have to follow the guidelines.
Yes.
As you already said, you all will be taking up, so it's okay with that.
Sure. Next one is eligible BO convert in BSDA without any request from BO.
Yes.
Yes.
Because we are providing the file, so you all are having that information. This information has flowing from CDSL, so you can do it without any modification from
client side. Okay. Next one is one client had multiple Demat account in CDSL. In that case, we want to mark BSDA flag N. After 2 months, client closed multiple Demat account. He had only one account. In that case, what should I do?
See, that will be DP's decision whether he now DP, the BO has approached it, right? BO has approached the DP that now he has closed the earlier account, the other multiple accounts. Now he's only having one account. And if he's putting in the parameters of that 10 lakh rupees, okay, and accordingly multiple accounts is also not found. Subsequent month we will be sharing that information to the DP. But prior that, if the DP wants to convert on the BO's request, he can do that. Okay. He can mark that account into BSD.
Ma'am, is it not linked to the question that we discussed wherein you are yet to get clarity? If a BSDA account can ever be converted into an BSD account?
That what you have asked is a decision which the decision based on the information what we are providing to you. Your BO has again approached the DP stating that he wants to go because earlier this facility was not given as he had multiple accounts. Achha. Now he is not having any multiple accounts and he has approached the DP. He wants to go with it. So you will have to give it. The DP will have to provide the facility to the BO.
Understood. Even the value of security is not mentioned, so it may be less than 10 lakh.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. And we are having front end facility also to see whether the BO is eligible or no with that valuation.
Okay. Next one is if client convert from BSDA to non-BSDA due to holding value exceed 10 lakhs, and after that if holding value decreases, so shall we have to convert such BO to a BSDA again?
This we have
This is
already
again,
discussed.
we have told that it is purely DP's decision, or he can wait for the next billing cycle to do so. But if the BO is approaching for it, he will have to do that.
Okay, let us move to the other question. It increases operation mailing activities, opt-out activities, increase cost, maintaining email for inspection, etc. are not ease to business.
I think so. You will be taking up this matter with SEBI
Sure.
because it is not under our purview now.
Yeah, sure. The next question is if BO is not eligible as per file sent by CDSL and it is marked as BSDA in our system. If we change it to BSDA opt-out, will we need email from BO?
No, why he'll be doing that opt-out? If the BO wants, then only, na? If there's a mail from BO, then only he's doing opt-out, right? Without the mail, he cannot do opt-out.
So from what I understand from the question is, if BO is not eligible as per the file sent by CDSL and it is marked as BSDA in our system, if we change it to BSDA opt-out, will we need email from BO?
No,
We
here
do
we
not
have
need to do that. We'll simply write
ma'am.
N in space of
Yes.
Y, right? Because it is
Yes,
not
it
eligible.
can, yes,
There
it is
won't
not
be an
eligible.
opt-out, yeah.
Yes, it will not be an opt-out, it will be an N flag.
N flag, sure. The next question is if we have opened client account as BSDA flag Y, but while uploading file in CDSL, it is converted as BSDA flag N due to multiple accounts. Then there is any need to take any action from our side or client?
No, because already there is a response file stating that due to multiple accounts, the account has been opened as N. The response file is there with DP.
Okay, so the related question is in the account opening form, the BSDA confirmation from client is by default yes now. So won't there be a conflict because
So,
in the
madam,
account
when
opening form?
Madam, when DP will provide client master list to the client, that time BSDA flag is mentioned. So that time it will show BSDA flag no.
So here she is saying कि BSDA form के अंदर Y इन्होंने mark किया है.
Response में आ गया ना?
हाँ.
So any kind of
but
response
as,
from CDSL, subsequent response will be the final response, and DPs won't be considered non-compliant in that respect.
Yes, they have
Correct.
to maintain, but they have to maintain that records, ma'am. The response
Yes.
file has to be maintained.
So, madam, here client is also getting intimated because client master list will be already provided to client by DP, and in that BSDA flag no is mentioned.
Sure, sir. Next question is any format for opt-out of the BSDA?
No, sir. No, ma'am.
Okay. The next question is which are the Demat accounts which was not eligible for BSDA category? So I think that is very much clear in the circular. What is the eligibility for BSDA? So this should
only
be
individual accounts.
Yeah, only individual accounts would be eligible. Sure. The next question is if AMC is charged, then a new rule is applicable. What is this
Yes,
question?
ma'am. It's the same. It is 100 rupees only. Below 4 lakhs, it is 0 AMC. Above 4 lakhs to 10 lakhs, it is 100 rupees only. The AMC value has not changed.
Yes. So that was the last question. So we're done with the questions here. Yes, Stephen, we are done with the questions. Do we have any further questions? Did you receive any questions during the session? Hello. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Stephen, I was
Yeah.
saying that was the end of questions. So do we have
Yes.
any more questions?
Yes, I have sent some more on the chat box, right from 27 to 34. It's on the chat box. I'll just forward to
Okay.
you.
Yeah. I
Have you
that.
got it?
Yeah, sure. So the next question is, we need to maintain any acknowledgement copy after changing the BSDA flag?
It's better. Now, for example, when it is a multiple account and you're changing it to no, so due to the reason that intimation has to go to the BO because there's a modification in that account.
Okay, it is advisable, but do we need to mandatorily take it? Because in CDSL inspection, the question is mainly from the intent that if CDSL would ask that for inspection, or are we required to maintain that as
No,
per the
ma'am,
regulatory
when
requirement?
there is from N to Y, okay, and it is based on the file shared by us, there is no modification required. No modification form is required, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, but when it is from M to Y, sorry, M to N, from multiple it is there. So from Y to N it's happening. So the BO has to know it, na, his account is no more eligible for BSDA for this reason. So then he can take an action because he also does not know whether he's having multiple accounts. So many of the cases we find BO wants the BSDA facility, but because of multiple accounts, usko eligible nahi hai. So then he comes to ask us, please let us know where else I'm having account. So I can close that account and it is not in my this.
Sure. So it is
That
good
has to
to
be
have the
given.
acknowledgement copy.
Mm.
Okay. Next question is, can you provide any software for doing this system as per your requirement?
At present, nothing. It's going. We are providing all the informations.
Eligibility list.
Software they can just check with their back office vendors.
Okay. Moving to the next question. What is the use for the client in BSDA account? I think this is clear from the circular. There will be lesser charges for maintaining a BSDA account.
More
That is
participation in the market.
more participation in the market for the ease of client. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Next question is, if the client already gave in an account opening form, then what will we do?
Same thing as we said earlier.
Yes, that is already answered. The next question is, in case client is non-BSDA and at the time of opening of account, can we give our business specific tariff and same also uploaded in CDSL? I'll read it again.
Yeah, I got it. The tariff can be given, but it has to be at the same level for non-BSD and BSDA as mentioned in the communique. You cannot have different tariff. Of course, you can have different schemes. Okay, but the tariff for other than AMC, it has to be same.
Sure.
And BSDA tariff needs to be uploaded on depository websites also. Mostly it will be common only. They can upload. Some of the DPs are uploading.
Mandatorily to be common, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Next question is, if we already have zero tariff plans for our special category clients, whether need to compulsory given them BSDA if they are eligible, or we can continue with zero tariff plan for those these.
Ma'am, I already covered that. Irrespective of whether it is a zero tariff or a zero AMC, if the BO is falling into that category of BSDA, they have to mark as a BSDA. It depends on the DP whether they want to charge AMC or they want to give free AMC.
Yes. The next question is, categories without requirement of BSDA account of BSDA opt-out for new account opening and existing account as well.
Sorry, did not get this question, ma'am. Categories?
Categories in bracket, it says without requirement of BSDA account or BSDA opt-out for new account opening and existing account as well.
Actually, ma'am, this question is not clear to us.
Yeah, it is not clear. We'll skip this one. The next one is CDSL should provide the clarity also charges in true to label for DP. So this is relating to the SEBI circular, which is charges should be true to label. This is pertaining to that circular.
For that, we had already released one communique, and if any other queries related to that, they can DP can directly take up with their relationship manager in CDS.
Okay, sir. We'll move to the next question. CDSL should provide, okay, this is the same question. The next question is, can we give business specific tariff in case client is non-BSDA at the time of account opening?
I think so, when I just replied to it, the
Yes,
tariff has
yes.
to be same for
It has to
BSDA
be
and
same.
non-BSDA.
Yeah. Next question is, broker charging AMC at different rate, but later same client come under BSDA. Will DP need to refund proportionate AMC back to the BO or vice versa? As you have already answered, the circular is silent on that part. Members and DPs can decide for themselves what they are going to do about it. The next question is, if client...
Here I understand we are speaking about the DPs and not the exchange, the brokers part, right?
Yes.
From the point of view of the DPs and not from the point of view of the brokers.
Yes. Next question is, if the client BSDA flag update and at the time of account opening and it is eligible now as per CDSL, so shall we require to change the flag?
Yes.
Anytime, at any point of time, if the client's status is getting changed from BSDA to non-BSDA, or vice versa, as we are yet to get clarity on that point, but if it is vice versa, in that case, we'll have to change the flag.
And as we'll be giving the clarification on that point, which is the same point, I understand.
No, it is not the same point, ma'am. It is the point when non-BSDA account cannot be converted into a BSDA account as per the...
Cannot be or...
Cannot be. Why? Because at any point of time, the value is more than 10 lakh. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So the next question is, even in nominee circular, in case nomination given or negative nominee earlier in old formats, it was considered when SEBI changes the format. I'll read it again.
Madam, this is related to nomination parameters, so we can take it separately.
Yeah, this is relating to nomination circular. This is not pertaining to BSDA. We can take it separately. Next question is it only for individual clients? The answer must be yes, right, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So, Stephen, I think we're done with the questions. Do we have
I have
any
a
further
last questions? Yes, which has come on the YouTube right now. There's one last question.
Yeah.
I've sent it to you.
Yes. So can you elaborate at the point where it is mentioned that you can take higher charges from clients and it should be at par with non-BSDA account?
So, madam, the query is, I understand that whether they can charge higher charges or not for BSD account. So, it should not be higher charges. Either BSDA or non-BSDA account, all other charges will remain same except annual maintenance charge. So it should not be that in regular charges, I will be charging lesser charges for transaction debits, and for BSDA account, I will charge higher transaction debit charges. So that should not be the scenario.
Okay, that clarifies.
It should be uniform across BSDA or non-BSDA accounts. Only in annual maintenance charge, this BSDA AMC will be applied.
So to answer this question, as sir has already explained, you can charge the higher charges, but that should be at par with the non-BSD and BSD account should both be charged at the same rate.
Correct.
Okay.
So then it won't be a higher charge. It will be same charges.
Yes, it will be same charges. The next question is, if the client has given email consent before 31st October, is it okay not to convert it in BSDA?
31st October. But after account opening only, right, ma'am?
After account opening, say for example, if it's for existing clients only, since the client's status...
You have to convert that Y and then it has to be O.
Okay, after converting it, the flag to Y, then we can change it to no without taking any further communication from client, right?
No. When you want to convert that into O again, you will have to take a mandatory...
So the email consent has already been taken. The only point is it is taken before 31st October.
Correct, but email consent taken is for opting out or for non-BSD?
For opting out.
Then they can mark O in our system. In CDSL system, for opting out, only one time they have to mark it.
I understand this is
suppose-
same, sir. Opting out and non-BSDA. If the client is opting out of BSDA, that means he is a non-BSDA.
Correct,
Right?
madam.
Yeah.
More or less it is similar, but the difference is that for opting out, they have to just one time give opting out. If they have marked BSDA no, then in future they have to convert it in BSDA also as and when client will be eligible.
So I think
So
we
that
cannot
is,
mark it no unless we take an email consent from the client. If we are getting email consent from the client who is eligible for BSDA and he is giving consent that he do not want to opt for BSDA, that means he will be considered as opted out only, right?
correct, correct.
Okay.
If client is giving that he do not want BSDA facilities, then DP can mark it as opting out.
Okay. So Vinod sir, you want to add something? So you're not audible.
Unable to hear you, sir. Unable to hear you, sir.
And one request from our end that all the DPs we request that by 31st October is the timeline provided by SEBI. So they can complete the BSDA assessment and they can update their masters and billing cycles accordingly.
Okay. Sure, sir. Sir, you're not audible, Vinod sir.
Sir, you're not audible, sir. No, sir.
Now?
It's better now, sir.
Now audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My question is simple. The BSDA limit is of 10 lakh holding. Now, given the situation, the way market fluctuates daily, it may go up to 10, about 10 lakh, or it may come down 10 lakhs. So, will the DP daily do it in transfer it to the normal or again to the BSDA, or is there any such provision that once you have been eligible to non-BSDA, then you will continue for it forever, even if the value of securities goes down 10 lakh?
So at every billing cycle, they have to review and reaccess the BSDA eligibility. That is the requirement. So now it depends on DP that how they would like to monitor. If they are having annual billing cycle, they can do the review and at annual end of the day, billing cycle only. They don't need to do it on daily basis.
Sir, we as DP or the broker want to be on the right side of the law and not invite SEBI queries or DP queries and the consequent penalty. SEBI or DP should take care of such situations that if once the value exceeds 10 lakh and it goes into the normal account, then it should continue so for another 6 months or say quarter till the value again comes down. Or otherwise.
Till the next billing
unless
cycle. That will be till next billing cycle. That will be till next billing cycle.
So as per the circular, it is
that means
clearly,
that means my very question that the account will be fluctuating from the BSDA to non-BSDA to BSDA. This will be a big problem for both the BO holder as well as the DP.
No, sir,
This should be taken care of, sir.
See, mainly this is for annual maintenance.
Like I'm giving you one example of tax audit in income tax. If the person, because of the turnover criteria, falls into the tax audit, then it will continue to for so till another 3 years. So there should be some provision like that, so that the broker is sure that I have to continue it as a BSDA for another say 3 months, 6 months till the securities value comes down. Now, see the way this fluctuation is taking place. Day before yesterday there was minus, today plus. So every chance of getting this value fluctuating at the day and every.
So these are mainly for annual maintenance charges. So most of the DPs they would be charging on annual basis, And if they are charging on annual basis, then they have to review at annual end of annual cycle only. They don't have to review it on daily basis.
Okay. Now, I think we can help the DPs or the CDSL can help the members by issuing the some FAQ form of questions, taking care of all the questions asked today, which are common. And my question, if you give us an FAQ answer, it will be a guide for our DPs and their this CEO or the person looking after the compliance officer of the DP.
It's it out if we can prepare some FAQ and release.
Or you want
no,
we can
actually,
file FAQ to you from NME and then you answer.
sir, actually, operational modalities has been explained via Communic 483. Okay, all the questions which were asked today has been covered in that Communic. So over and above, if you feel that is a need, of course, we can do that, not an issue. But all these questions are very much cleared in that, except one clarification which Ms. Bhumika has asked us, which we will get back to you on that point. But over and above, if you refer Communic 483, and over and above, if you feel there are any other FAQs which are required to be attended by us, then we can surely go for it.
Okay. So I will ask my CEO and Mr. Stephen Pillai to compile all these question answers as from the YouTube this recording and share with the brokers or the
Surely.
DP holders. That will be better.
Goyal sir, a request to give the word of thanks, please.
Yeah. Sir, it was really a thought-provoking and fruitful discussions and the many queries and doubts and misgivings in the mind of the compliance officers of the DP and the owners of the DP or the broker members have been clarified by you by taking the questions in the right spirit. And I am really thankful that you devoted your so much valuable time in today working day and attended to our queries. For that, you are really very much thankful. I'm really very much thankful. I express my thank on my behalf and on behalf of NME to all of you and including the participants who showed such evidence interest. And that means that shows that the circular and the NME's presentation has gone down into their mind well, and they also consider it their duty to join and get these clarifications so that there is no such anything penalty or any penal action or any query from SEBI with the DPs, as we always want to be on the right side of the law. So once again, thank you all, and my again good well wishes for the happy Diwali. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
you,
you.
everyone. Thank you, Ms. Bhumika, for being an excellent moderator for this evening. Thank you, Gulzar Madam. Thank you, Laser. Rakesh sir, for being a part of this webinar for this evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Actually,